All right, my name's Ben. No, wait, hold on. My name's Gaz.
And I'm Ben.
No,
Welcome.
you're Jordan, dude. What are you talking about?
Right. Well, this week I'm standing in for Ben. Welcome to the Eval video.
Ben is traveling across the country, so it's going to be the Gaz and Jordan show today. We're going to keep it so short and sweet. It's going to be beautiful. So starting off, kicking on with Eval 93. This was the regular Eval round, and the first submission was Sang Hua Li's submission of Ray silverware. The problem, silverware gets dirty from contact with the dining surface. Solution, design silverware with a dip to prevent contact between the silverware and table surface. Going through the comp shop, we found a few different things. They kind of had a similar functionality. We also were looking at like silverware rests. A lot of people in the comments have kind of said like, why not have a silverware rest? Why not just rest on another piece?
A lot of what the comp shop showed was that there were very similar products out there and they're not that popular. So
yeah,
that kind of affected our scores here.
Going to the community comments, a lot of people are saying, make this biocompostable, be perfect for picnics, food grade plasticized starch, that's hard to say. So from a design point of view, yeah, we were looking at like exactly like that, working for picnics if it was designed in plastics. We did find some, I think Amp actually mentioned that she'd found some French cutlery that is designed to do the same thing, but it's not actually pointed out as a feature, which does make you wonder, is it something people demand? We did have some concerns over like exactly if the form would kind of get in the way of actually using them as cutlery.
Yeah.
We gave it a design score of a 3. Moving on to market. They didn't think there was much demand for this solution. They saw it as kind of a gimmick almost, so they also gave it a 3. Viability, they said they could do it all day long. Low infringement risk, low potential for patent protection. They did find a few similar ones on the market, making it feel like protection was definitely out the window, but they gave it a 7. Overall pre-staff total of 48. Moving on. The shower glass shower timer from Rob Hayes. Why don't you do this bit?
Sure. The problem Rob submitted, long showers waste water and it's easy to lose track of time. The solution he submitted, an hourglass that hangs in your shower that counts down the amount of time you've been bathing so you can save water.
Okay. Going to the comp shop, we found a really cheap hourglass timer called the 5-minute shower for $5, all fives.
Yeah.
And then there was a slightly more expensive one that kind of calibrates to the flow of water and looks all like fancy and crazy. It's called the Effigy.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to look it up,
It's
it's
still
$12.
only $12. And the other one's
Really
only
cheap.
$5. We found that stuff in this market was pretty cheap.
One of the community comments that kind of jumped out was Jam Joe saying the cool factor is way high, but the application should be used for some other purpose. I guess that's an argument you could make. From a design point of view, yeah, it helps people save water by urging shorter showers. It's kind of the lava lamp of showers.
Yeah, something we kind of wanted to get away from in emerging the top 5 ideas.
Yeah, so we gave it a just below average score of a 4. We thought there was one of the comments in Eval, it could be combined with like a soap holder or...
Yeah, we thought there was a lot of potential to open it up, but as it's submitted, we kind of didn't want to go down that road.
Right. Market, they're leaning on that comp shop saying that there's very similar products existing for under $3, $4, $5. Not new, not interesting. Viability, they kind of felt they could do this. There were no lower comments. Again, that low comp shop really does make it a lot tougher, so they gave it a 5. So Rob Hayes' shower glass shower timer got a pre-staff total of 39. Moving on to Justin Giannoni. Giannoni. I don't know.
Somewhere in between those.
Susan, how do you say Giannoni? Giannoni? Justin is it Giannoni? What is it? It's like Giannone. Giannoni.
I think it's Giannon.
Okay, anyway. Justin's submission of the modular cutting board. Problem, cutting boards don't offer the functionality of new improved cutting boards. Modular cutting boards don't offer it. Solution, modular cutting board system with an optional add-on sold separately. Going to the comp shop, I mean, you can spend as much or as little as you want on a cutting board.
Yeah, the market is all over the board, no pun intended.
Oh, that was good.
Really,
very good.
Came out too easily. There's just tons of cutting boards out there. Wrote that one down this weekend. Yeah, there's tons of cutting boards out there. The price range is really, really varied, and some of them have a little extra functionality. Some of them are just straight up cutting boards. So it's a pretty wide open market.
There's a lot going on in this market as well, right? Saturated.
Yeah.
Community comments, they're talking about like if the board splits and underneath there's like an extra tray and like separate compartments. Ken Daniels is saying, you know, could it be moving pieces with hinges so that you can break off pieces and insert and slide more bits and dynamic final product? All good suggestions. Design point of view, this was like, we hate to say it every week, but this was feature creep. There's a lot of features talked about in the submission, but there wasn't actually really any definite solution. We're always looking for definite solutions. But on the other hand, you know, we did feel there was a lot to explore here, both for us and for the community. Everyone out there has a chopping board in their home, so it's very easy for you guys to like kind of experiment on that front. So we gave us a 6 for design. There's a lot of meat and potatoes here.
Yeah, there's really a lot we could explore, and like Gaz said, we're really excited to see what the community can do in the exploration round concept phase.
Exactly. So market, good fit with retailers. For them, lots of wow factor, great demo item. Universal kitchen item, everyone has at least one, so they gave it a 7, which is a good score for market. Viability, again, they said they could do it. There's moderate infringement risk. There are some potential for patent protection. Could be a complex patent landscape, so we will really get the lawyers involved in this if we go ahead with it. I guess it was announced on HSN.
Yeah, so you guys probably know.
But let's keep the suspense going. So if we went ahead with this one, we would get the patent lawyers involved from the beginning. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, moving on. Michael Taylor's kid-friendly picture.
Why don't I do the problem and solution?
Do it.
The problem as submitted, traditional pitchers aren't kid-friendly, which results in spills. The solution he submitted, a pitcher designed for kids with a child-safe cover and spigot that dispense controlled portions.
Very good. Okay, so comp shop. Our comp shop kind of focused around much more kind of plasticky, cheapy, Tupperware feeling pictures, but in general they were kind of as cheap as $20 for a set of 6 mini pictures, like this big.
And if we had a kid-friendly pitcher, I mean, ideally I think it would end up being plastic, since a material that doesn't break as easily as glass or ceramic. So.
We also found a Tupperware item which is $28. Kind of a nice looking picture, but again, just a plastic picture. So from a design point of view, it's a resubmission, and this time I think Michael kind of focused on what to achieve rather than being too specific about how to achieve it, which is fine. Yeah, I mean, that leaves it open for the community to really get involved and like push it forward.
Exactly. We do like when a solution is submitted, but it's good to leave it a little bit open so the community and the QDS can explore all the possible solutions.
But not so open that it's just like a category.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, it shouldn't just be like, we should do a picture.
Yeah. If he had just submitted, let's do a picture, then, I mean, it's too open. There's millions of pictures out there.
So anyway, design gave it above average score of a 6. Market, they could see it as an impulse buy, not a must-have. Nothing you'd actually go to. You wouldn't be like, I got to get to the store and get a picture. It would be more like you'd get to the store, see it, and be like, okay, yeah, I could buy that. Yeah, the other comments is like whatever. So market score 5. Viability seemed like it was easy to make. You know, they were kind of maybe a bit concerned about the comp shop that it was such a wide variety of prices there. But they gave it a 7. So Michael got a pre-staff total of 36. Moving on to Mappy123's indoor-outdoor lounge chair.
Yeah, the problem they submitted is chairs on the market are boring, plain, expensive, etc. The solution that Mappy submitted is a well-designed, space-saving lounge chair with ottoman, which could go indoors or outdoors.
Okay, so essentially this kind of reminded us a little bit of the whole Bonfi thing,
Yeah.
where she was submitting the idea of it being rotation molded, and usually this type of furniture would be rotation molded. It's one of the main ways of doing it.
Yeah.
And it's not cheap. The
No.
cycle times are so long, the tooling is cheap.
Yeah.
The amount of material, and usually like when we get quotes back, it's the cost of material that really pushes it out of our range.
Yeah. What we found with Bonfi was that it's about an hour-long cooling time, so that means in a full day you're only going to make at most 24 Bonfis.
Yeah.
So
kind of like
price gets driven up quite a lot by that.
kills the viability.
Yeah.
Moving along, like for the indoor-outdoor lounge chair, design said, you know, like we're very much like a solution-based company, and this really doesn't solve a problem as submitted. There's many examples of high-end rotation molded plastic furniture on the market. It's very expensive. As submitted, this is kind of a decorative piece, and like she said in her submission, it was done like a number of years ago, and maybe then it felt fresh and like innovative, but now it feels sort of generic. It's like 5 years behind the pace of.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that out there now.
Right, as markets say, there are a quillion chairs out there. Quillion.
Yeah.
Some are actually very cool.
Yeah.
There's nothing compelling here. They gave it a market score of 1.
Yeah. I mean,
That's harsh.
yeah, it's really tough. There are tons and tons of chairs out there, and as they submitted it, really the problem is an aesthetic-driven problem, not a real problem, a functionality problem.
Right. So, and then viability, big, hard to ship, price prohibitive. They're again having nightmares of Bonfi. They give it a 4. Mappy gets a pre-staff total of 25. Now moving on to the wild card. This is from John Corral. This is the Vanity portable mirror.
The problem that Jay Corral submitted, mirror access is limited when you're sharing a bathroom with a roommate or a family member. And the solution is a portable vanity mirror station that hangs off your door.
There you go. So this was kind of an interesting submission. I mean, there are other over-the-door kind of soft, good, organizing things.
And what we found in the comp shop is most of those have to do more with jewelry and storage and less to do with getting ready in the morning.
Yeah.
So we were pretty intrigued by the scenario that Jay Corral submitted there.
Yeah. And we were almost thinking of this one as being kind of a portable, like if it is for back to college and like you switch dorms, like it actually folds up into a carry case. It could have 2 positions where one, it opens up so you have it on your desk, very much like a laptop. And then if you need it on the door, you can hang it on the door as well.
Yeah, something you can hang on your door and then take with you to the shared restroom that you have at college
There you go.
and then take back. So like you said, easily transportable.
So from a design point of view, it's space saving, could fold up for travel, beautiful object that works in your home, shower station line extension, great for back to college. We're all about back to college at the moment. We gave it an 8.
Yeah.
Market, they felt like it already existed, but they also could see that it would be good for back to school, back to college, good for travelers. They also gave it an 8. Viability, they had some concerns over transporting the mirrors if it was going to be glass. They also were, trying to get their heads around the comp shop was running from like $30 up to $150 for similar items on the market. And there was some risk of unexpired patents around the general concept of over-door, but not specifically about this submission.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a gray area in terms of IP. They gave it a 7, so John Corral got a pre-staff total of 29. And once we got to Eval, this is a big talking point. We basically boiled it down to the cutting board and the vanity station.
Yeah. And we should give honorable mention to the kid pitcher, which hung in there till the end.
Hung in till the last 5-10 minutes.
But when we had to cut it down to 2 to have the final vote, went with cutting board and vanity station.
Yeah, and I am happy to say that in the end, the cutting board won out. Justin Giannoni, forgive me on the... he's going to kill me. But yeah, Justin, congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, Justin.
Announced live on HSN. Very cool. The first one ever to be announced live. I just shut the wrong. Let's get this one.
That was the last one.
No, I think I have them both in the same.
No.
No, all right. Yeah, so. Do you want to do some like kind of interim music, something? The pen toss. That's really good. So entertaining. Just wow.
Only want to do it once.
You'll have to do it again at the end because it was just so good.
Gotta keep them wanting more.
Okay, so we're gonna go through 94 fairly quickly.
Yeah.
This was the brief. This was for a promotional item. There was a few here that we really felt they existed already. They had been done like so many times.
So much so that the images submitted to illustrate the idea were in our comp shop.
Yeah, which is
So-
always a bad sign.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the first submission, Stephen Kramer's handheld gadget prop. So if you want to do problem solution quickly.
Sure.
then we'll-
Steven submitted the problem. Everyone has a cell phone and most leave it charging horizontal, which is inconvenient for viewing. It means like viewing media, movies, whatever. The solution, a universal prop that works for cell phones, e-readers, books, etc.
Okay, so from a design point of view, like, it claimed to work with all kinds of gadgets. Essentially, it was just a lump of plastic with suction cup, no real innovation, already exists on the market. We gave it a 3. Market, lots of stuff out there like this, not really convenient, can't really see people carrying this around much. They give it a 7. Viability, easy to make. No real infringement because it is what it is. They gave it a 7, got a pre-staff total of 47. This is the second submission, David Ross's keychain combo.
Yeah, the problem he submitted is most people at conferences are baby boomers who need help reading, writing in low light. The solution, magnifier, light, and pen all in one.
Okay, so for this, this felt like
Yeah.
feature creep personified. I mean,
Yeah,
wow. It was just chucking everything into the keychain.
yeah.
And we've just seen it so many times.
Yeah, exactly. The other comment we had in design is that it's just there's no innovation. And yeah, I mean, there are tons of these out there already.
And he did skew the functionality so it was to baby boomers reading and writing. That just wasn't enough to like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good problem perhaps, but this is not a good solution for that.
Yeah.
Market, on the plus side, the retail partner liked it. Domestic, indirect could sell it. Other channels would be tough, but they gave it a 7. Viability, easy to make if we limit features. This is a promo item, so we couldn't put, the more costly it gets, the harder it is to make any margins on it. Like they give the example of the LED light from the Switch, interchangeable, like essentially Swiss Army knife, cost $1.13 to make. So it gives you an idea of just how expensive it
One
could
of the
be.
more expensive parts from Switch. So
Right. So they give it a 7. So pre-staff total for keychain combo was 47 for David Ross, also known as the Avenger. So the next submission, Mark Ruminer's no spill cup holder.
the problem is cans, coffee mugs, etc. They're easy to spill when they're on your desktop when you're working. So the solution is a no spill holder for beverage containers so that cups, cans, etc. won't tip over.
Okay, so the comp shop again showed there were similar things. Now when we got to Eval, everyone got kind of pretty excited about the idea of giving it out very much in like a flat kind of profile, and then when you get it to your desk, you hit a button and it pops open. So it's very much like kind of cup holders that you find in your car, which are sprung loaded, but in a vertical fashion. Of course, not sprung loaded enough to actually knock your drink into oblivion.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be the beverage ejector seat just yet.
Right.
But
From a design point of view, yeah, it does solve a problem. We do a pop-up version. I mean, a desk is a great position for promo items. There's so many people who are going to see it, and that's really the whole point of a promo item. To whoever has a logo on it, loads of people get exposure to loads of people. So we give it above average score of a 6. Market, Constantly present item. What does that even mean?
Constantly present item,
okay,
something that would sit on your desk all the time.
They said it was clever, but could be more trouble to use than it's worth. They gave it an average score of a 5. Viability, easy to make. Comp shop, you know, like they were a little concerned about how the low price on the comp shop, but I guess it's probably good for a promotional item. But low infringement risk, moderate potential for patent protection, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So they give it a high score of an 8. So Mark gets a pre-staff total of 48. Next up is the microfiber screen polisher from Florian.
Yeah, so the problem is that computers, phones, TVs, etc., they get smudgy. And the solution is a flat, portable microfiber screen polisher.
Okay, so we saw a lot of these in the comp shop.
Yeah.
All very similar. And, you know, like from a design point of view, no innovation exists on the market.
It's just not exciting for us to work on when it's out there already. You know, it's not new at all.
I mean, and we gave it a 2. Market gave it a 1 because it already exists. Viability, yeah, they said they could make it all day long, so they gave it a 7. So Florian gets a pre-staff total of 35. But again, it felt like there was nothing there.
Yeah.
It was like, we should do one of these.
Yeah.
From Zachary, the twist-off bottle opener.
The problem is twisting off bottle caps is difficult. You usually have to exert lots of effort. The solution, a plastic tool with rubber grip that makes it easier to twist.
Again, we saw a number of these, and we actually saw a few of these that were already promotional items.
Yeah.
So not only does the product exist, it's being used for promotion. So from a design point of view, I mean, again, it's the same thing. No innovation, it's derivative, already common as a promo item. We gave it a 2.
Yeah. I think we're very hard pressed to choose any item that already exists out there, and we would just be doing our version of it.
Right. I mean, this got exactly the same DMV score as the screen polisher for all the same reasons.
Exactly.
So going on to the wild card, this was the password keeper from Don Darnell.
Yeah, the problem is that random passwords are difficult to generate and remember. He's talking about the computer generated typically of just random characters and numbers. And his solution is a small tool with rotating characters and password hints so you can have a 4 to 16 character password, but only have to remember 1 to 4 hints.
So the comp shop didn't show anything similar in terms of analog passwords.
Yeah, there's some digital versions out there, but we were kind of excited by the fact that he just went out and made his own and kind of turned it into an easy-to-use analog thing.
Yeah, and it was original, it was innovative, he'd really thought about it. It still needed some working out, and it just seemed like there'd be a number of people in the community who'd be really interested in kind of geeking out and like getting that analog version to work. The downside, we were concerned that it would be too easy to crack, potentially.
Yeah. We also felt that while the community was working on it, while there would be some members who were really excited about it, a lot of the other ones might not be that excited about it because of the, just the complexity of the encryption sort of stuff.
Right, right. Market, interesting and unique. Not only for promos, could sell it on direct. So they gave it an average score of a 5. Design score was a 6. Viability, like if this is going to be essentially flat pieces that are just printed and layered up, it could be very easy to make it cheaply, which is, again, good for a promo item. Yeah. Low infringement risk, low potential for patent protection. And according to the lawyers, the basic concept for generating random characters based on various inputs is well known and in the public domain. So I guess that explains why there's low potential for patent protection. They gave it a 7, so pre-staff total of 33 for Don Darnell. So moving to the scores, and again, this was very much like down to the cup holder and the password keeper in the end.
Yeah. And
we went with the cup holder. So congratulations to, let me just track back and find the cup holder in this. So much has happened since Friday. It's like,
I think his name is Mark. Yeah, Mark Rumaner.
There you go, Mark.
Congrats.
congratulations. That's the end of the eval video. I hope you guys didn't miss Ben too much, but I think you're a good stand-in for Ben.
Yeah, it's a lot less talking, a lot less that.
Just like, wah, wah, wah. All right, that's it.